Hi, I'm Angelina,
Hi, I'm Maya.
And I'm Niat.
and this is the rotavirus. So, what is the rotavirus? Well, the rotavirus is a non-enveloped double-stranded RNA virus. So, what does that mean? Well, non-enveloped means that the virus is lacking a lipid bilayer around its protein coating. This actually makes it more resistant to the harsh environment because the lipid bilayer is usually weakening the virus and it makes it more susceptible to surfactants and cleaning products. And double-stranded RNA is quite self-explanatory. It means that they have the RNA genome and it's double-stranded. Now, how is this transmitted? Well, rotavirus is usually transmitted through the fecal oral route. It means that there's the bacteria in the feces, and that's usually transmitted through contaminated water and food, through our hands, bugs, and other ways through our mouths. Um, Rotavirus is usually the most common case of diarrhea in children under the age of 5. And how this happens is that it usually comes through their mouth and it usually infects and damages the cells in the small intestine, therefore leading to diarrhea. It can also be transmitted to adults as well, but that is less common and more rare.
So, who's at risk? You could say rotavirus is the Leonardo DiCaprio of microbes, meaning it likes them young. We're talking infants and toddlers who haven't souped up their immune systems yet. But don't think you're off the hook if you're older, because the elderly and anyone with a weakened immune system is also a prime target. Now, rotavirus is a true triple threat. It causes diarrhea, vomiting, and fever. These typically start 2 days after exposure and can last for a week. But the real kicker here is the dehydration it causes. This is what lands many young rotavirus patients in the hospital. So, why toddlers? One thing that makes babies the perfect host for this virus is their apparent lack of personal hygiene. They'll pick their nose, reach into their pants, and then proceed to put their fingers into their own mouths and the mouths of anyone around who will let them. So next time you're at the family reunion and your little cousin offers you a Cheeto that's been marinating in their little hands for the last 10 minutes, maybe think twice about accepting it. It's also not uncommon for infants to spread the virus to their parents through diaper changes. After all, its main transmission pathway is the fecal oral route. Now, for the sake of keeping all of our lunches down, I'll spare the details. But if that isn't free birth control, I don't know what is.
As we mentioned, rotavirus is a very common infection. And according to the CDC, prior to the vaccine, 95% of children had been infected with rotavirus by their fifth birthday. It was also responsible for about 500,000 deaths annually. In terms of treating it, we do have the vaccine now. The first vaccine was introduced in 1998 but was withdrawn a year later due to a risk of intussusception. The two vaccines we have today were introduced in the early 2000s, 2006 and 2008 respectively. However, they're not foolproof, and children and adults can still get infected, which is where hand washing comes into play. Wash your hands before you eat, before you cook, especially after you change a baby's diaper. Now, unfortunately, if you do manage to get rotavirus, or your child does, there aren't any specific treatments, but you can treat the symptoms. So rehydration is key because dehydration is a big problem. Drink lots of fluids and take zinc supplements or other medicines to help with the severity of the diarrhea. Some fun, hopeful data. It's only been a couple of years, a little over a decade since our recent vaccines were introduced. And here's a graph of the percentage of 1-year-olds with completed dosages in the year 2022, which is a fun little graph as you can see how many countries have a higher than 90%. Here's our references for more information about rotavirus, and this was our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching.